Leave if I don't like it. Fine, I'll leave. This story was posted in child-free, and I was told you people here may like it. This isn't exactly the same as my other post, but it'll be close enough. I don't wanna just copy and paste. Last year I went to my uncle's house for Thanksgiving. I cooked the turkey the day before and put it into the fridge before going to sleep on their couch. I woke up to their young kid screaming in my face to make him chicken nuggets at 4 a.m. in the morning. They never make him behave, nor punish him for anything he does, so I ignored him and went back to sleep after he decided to go scream at his parents. He wanted nuggets. Cut to 9 a.m., everyone is getting things ready for the day. Cooking is beginning for the dishes that need a few hours in the oven. They didn't buy a turkey, they asked me to buy one. I decided to cook it the day before and thought we could toss it into the oven an hour before the time to eat arrived so it would be warm. However, their kid started randomly coming up behind me and screaming as loudly as he could into my ear. I asked them to make him stop, seeing as I prefer my hearing intact and don't like anyone just screaming in my ear for no good reason. I was told by my uncle, word for word, it's our house. If you don't like it, leave. They were shocked when I actually did just that. I opened the fridge, took my turkey out, got into my car and drove away. Not 1 minute after leaving, I was getting spammed by calls and texts asking, begging, or threatening me to come back with the only turkey for Thanksgiving. When I got home, I called him, and told him, "You told me to leave if I didn't like it, so I left. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes." Then hung up, and blocked his number. I have many stories about them refusing to control their kids, then them having to deal with the consequences that result in this. Now to the comments. You quit them cold turkey. This year, I am thankful for the turkey that I have and the turkey you are raising. LMFAO. I have a relative by marriage that was never taught any sort of respect or self-control in the slightest. Now he's a preteen and he's getting bullied and absolutely annihilated by other students for his disruptive, annoying behavior. Of course, his parents are blaming the school, but I suggested at the last large get-together that I had brought this up maybe 6 or 7 years ago and they got mad at me. I think my exact words were, "If you don't teach him some respect, some big kid will." Not advocating bullying, it's just there's a certain range of acceptable behavior, and if you fall outside of it, most any given group of people will put your ass in check. And if you have not had your ass put in check by your parents at some point, it's going to come as a very big surprise and a difficult lesson. I'm in a job that puts me in a situation where I have to make up for a lack of discipline in upbringing all the time. It's crazy how often I get tears from adults for the smallest of corrections at first. Did you eat the turkey anyway? How was it? OP replied, "Of course, I ate it. Lol. I paid for it, cooked it, and was told to leave, so I took it home with me and enjoyed it on my own." Nice. To be perfectly honest, I would have been out of there, too. Getting woken up at 4 a.m. by a screaming child old enough to demand chicken nuggets and entitled enough to expect you to make them for him at ridiculous o'clock is bad enough. But parents so utterly spineless that they enable their brattling when it's repeatedly screaming at a guest is beyond belief. I wouldn't go back if I were you. OP replied, "I never will. I also regret the time I moved in with them before this happened. It lasted 1 week before their kids had destroyed all my shit and I moved back out. My stepsister is like that with her son. We were on a family trip to Disney World and he wouldn't stop misbehaving. When I had enough and told him to stop, she got mad at me. Mind you, he managed to break all 3 of my phone chargers on the way there because he kept kicking at the port in the car. He broke my glasses in half. Dropped my laptop off the balcony of the condo. But I'm the bad one. Yep. I told my dad I am never going to vacation with him again if she is coming. So, I'm never going on vacation again because his wife thinks her daughter is an angel when she's a raging witch and I'm wrong. I cannot understand parents who don't teach and enforce basic respect. At my house, you might have my kids excited to tell you about a story or wanting to show you something, but they would never be rude about or scream in your face. My job as a parent is to raise individuals with the best chance of thriving as adults, not to let them think the world revolves around them. So, few parents truly understand that it's about raising happy, responsible adults. What did you uncle expect? He threw down and you took it up. You left with the bird? He should have thought about that before he opened his yap. Now, as far as the kid goes, I have a story of a family gathering. Cousins from out of town, etc., on a big cookout. And a total brat who ran around kicking people, and his parents let him. Until brat tried to kick this one woman, who happened to be a judo black belt. She just pivoted out of the way and he misses. Stupid kid tries to kick her again and again she dodges, and this time the kid falls on his butt, hard. Now the kid is mad and he tries it again. This time, the woman reaches under his kick and flips him onto his back and she tells him don't do that again. Yes, he tries it again, but this time she grabs him, flips him onto his stomach on the ground and she put her foot on his back so he can't get up. Now the parents came over and the woman told them what he did. The kid is demanding him mommy beat up the woman. Daddy says, time to teach him a lesson. Have at, without permission. So, for the next 10 minutes or so the kid kept attacking the woman, kept getting flipped, held down, etc., until the kid tired out and quit. Woman tells him, I went easy on you. I could have broken your arm at any time. So the next time you go to hurt somebody, they may not be so easy on you. At least the kid quit doing it at the gathering. I can barely tolerate my 18-year-old cat screaming in my face to get up and give him wet food at 4 a.m. I'm not tolerating it for some kid. Nice, short and sweet MC. Maybe you should get one of those timed feeders that you can set to pop open at a given time. Let him sit and meow at the thing until it opens. Come to think of it, do they make sound-activated feeders? Only thing I can find on a brief search is someone who made his own. I've had a timed feeder for a while. The big ginger boy still doesn't get we don't physically pour his food anymore and will still harass us. Lamau. I was a nanny to many children over many years, and the one question I always got from parents is how did you do it? I see such a difference, but how? I treat children pretty much like I treat adults. They aren't dumb, and I won't patronize them. That also means facing adult consequences, obviously not exactly, but the concept of it. I won't raise my voice, hit, or force them to do anything, but they will have exactly none of what they want and consequences brought on by themselves which they will then deal with. Just like an adult. I also don't really use baby voice. The difference was night and day, and I maintain contact with all my kids to this day. All this to say that kids will be kids is a bullshit excuse. They will be kids, yes, but that just means doing silly things or making kid mistakes, like anyone else. It's not a pass to be insufferable, and certainly not a pass to be lazy as the guiding adult in their lives. I raised both my daughters this way. My oldest is 22, almost done university to become a teacher, and my youngest is 17. I have been praised constantly on how polite, well-spoken, and intelligent they are. No. They are decent humans. The biggest lesson I taught them is never bring emotions into a debate or argument. Always use facts. That one backfires BTW for all you parents reading, but that is another post or 100 of them. I'm so sorry for you. Your uncle is an awful host and a terrible parent. You're better off without him. We never allowed our child to behave that way by immediately discouraging bad behavior and teaching alternatives. Our child-free friends loved her, pre-pandemic, as I made sure they would only have to deal with the cute and never the ugly. OP replied, "Oh, it's honestly not just his fault, he's so submissive to his wife. She's the one who caused this. He's stopped trying to punish him because when he does, she'd punish him more often by taking his phone, car keys, and pouring all the beer out. I am super confused. How does someone get treated as a child by their so? Looks like there is more going on."